Morning, guys. Cheers. So here it is, Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. So I had this carburetor sitting on this box for 3 days. Not a drop of gas came out. I turned the carburetor upside down and the gas came right back out of it. Some of it spilled. So I'm convinced now that it's not leaking. So from what I gathered, they were talking about these pieces here, these jets, where the plugs. So when they built the carburetor, they had to drill 2 different ways, and that's where it crossed. So they had to plug that end off to seal the passage. I can see already that there is epoxy on those plugs. I can see the epoxy around the end. So it looks like they put the epoxy on the plug, put it in, and tapped it in. So that's not the problem. It's not leaking. And we confirmed it by putting gas in it and letting it sit here. One thing I do notice, though, the gasket is bad. There's like a piece missing out right here, so I don't want to reuse this gasket. So, and while I have it off, I may as well go ahead and change the accelerator pump. So I guess I'm just going to get a kit anyway. The carburetor, I mean, it ran fine, everything, but I'm noticing when I pump it a little bit, I can hear like some air squirting back here at the accelerator pump, and that usually means you got a couple of cracks in the pump. And while it's been sitting around in my yard for a few years, this van, so who knows, it's been sitting for, I don't know how old. I know this is a remanufactured carburetor, but I don't know when it was remanufactured. I didn't see a date on it. As far as I can't read it. I don't know. Maybe it's in the code. I don't know. But there are some numbers, but I don't know what their code is. So what I'll have to do is get a kit. I got the number on the carburetor. I'll call it in and get a kit. Clean it up. Put it back on. And then thinking fuel pump. Thinking maybe I want to get a fuel pump. Do I want to go electric? Or just find a good OEM pump? PVC. You can see I can still squish it. It's not hard. The rubber's not hard like a rock. So if you can still squish it and there's no cracks, pretty much still good. Seen a lot of cars that had rough idle and all it was this hose was all dry rotted and had like a crack on the bottom and was sucking air in. Oh, I need a carburetor rebuild. I need a tune-up. No, you need a piece of 3/8 fuel line to replace the one you got. Just thinking the other day, this truck, like I said, it's a future truck. It's I still have the 2001 Chevrolet, and it still passes inspection. But someday I'd like to take that truck off the road and start, use this as my main truck. I got to put a trailer hitch on it, since I got to be able to pull my trailer with it too. So I keep adding to the list. One thing that's cool though is once I get the more modern rear end in, I'll have 4-wheel disc, and that'd be great when you're pulling a trailer, See what's happening here in Rusty, Rhode Island, guys. It's another beautiful New England day. So this is a normal summer here in Rusty, Rhode Island. We usually get mid-70s days, and then the nights will drop down and get chillier. Got to put a jacket on something, you know. Here comes the sun. I was telling you yesterday when Lucky started going crazy. You can see the sun now coming through the tree there. But when it gets the furthest north, it'll be up over those trees over there. So I see the sun starting to move more to the south, telling me we're going into the winter. And that's when the sun really gets into my greenhouse, starts heating up them panels. So this year I'm going to test to see how long I can keep my tomatoes going. Came out here the other day and I had stupidly left the fan going on this truck for about 4.5 hours. I had the cooling fan running because I got out and forgot to turn it off. I should put a thermo switch on there. Turn it on just when it gets warm. I'm going to work on that. So this truck starts right up now. No crank, 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 crank. It's been like a relief to have this working good now. I almost don't want to sell it. But the deal is, I got too many trucks. And I have self-discipline, so I realize, yeah, I got too many. So, it's for sale, guys. If you know anybody interested, send them over to Rusty, Rhode Island. I'll make them a deal that they can't refuse. Talked with Connie again last night about the Equinox. It looks like I'm gonna have to use a different tactic. She likes Mustangs, so I think I'm gonna buy her one. Looking on Marketplace now. I just had to help my tenant get his truck going. So you see what's going on here, guys. Another beautiful day in paradise. My plan today, I got 3 things left on the list for the apartment. They're small jobs. And then I got to get working on building a whacker. I've been coming up with a design that's going to have a using those long pipes. I'm hoping to build something that can have a pivot point, maybe incorporating this hand truck into it so I can stand back and hold the pole and it'll pivot off of a point, and I won't have to hold the pole out with my arms. I'll have something to set the pole on and just work the pole around and have some weight on the back side to counter the weight so it won't be as heavy. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to call it the old guy chopper. I don't want to hold it anymore. It gets heavy, I can tell you. Plus it vibrates like hell. So I can only do it like about 5 minutes at a time. Then I got to take a break. See what's going on here, guys. It's just life as I live it. In beautiful Rusty, Rhode Island. Hope you're enjoying your day. I'm going to get to work to ordering that kit and then get to work on my list of chores. I'm from Rusty, Rhode Island.